First, I'll invite us today to hold a moment of silence for all of our siblings in India who are at a beyond a crisis point related to COVID. And then we might add in all of our siblings in other parts of the world where COVID's on the rise. Remembering that even as things here in this country are beginning to make some shifts toward kind of the future of life, living with COVID, that things are peaking in other places, of course. So I join my voice with those who hope for the distribution of the vaccine worldwide in ways that help protect and save lives. And also with my voice, with the voices of those who are concerned in this country about whether or not we'll reach herd immunity, because it's starting to seem like we're not going to get there. There are doses that are available in many parts of the country, but not arms to put them in. There are all sorts of reasons why people, make decisions to not get the vaccine. Many people are advised by their doctors, their medical professionals, based on their history, based on allergic reactions, other health conditions, that it's not prudent for them to get the injections, the vaccines. And then many other people for a variety of reasons, some related to personal conviction, some related to non-scientific based information, like the idea that many are putting forward that there'll be neurological problems within 1 year and people will be dead within 10 years if they get the vaccine, which has no scientific background or backing. As a pastor, I listen to news that has religious Christian roots as well, and many people in certain Christian circles have come to hold on to this idea I learned this last week, that the vaccine is somehow the mark of the beast, tapping into some teachings in the book of Revelation, that people have been proposing and teaching this idea that somehow receiving the shot, the injection, is marking you with the mark of the beast, which is a whole nother series of reflections to dive into. And while again there's certainly no theological grounding for the teaching that the vaccine has some connection with that, people find themselves persuaded and build resistance to this idea of vaccination. So, in order for us to protect and care for those vulnerable among us, children for whom the vaccine is not yet recommended, or people who can't, for medical reasons, receive the vaccine, in order for us to be good neighbors to them, to put into practice love, more and more of us need to find the way, the path to receiving the vaccine. And when I listen to people talk about how to move to that place, it's often about one small conversation that I might have, or that you might have, that could just tip the scale enough, just enough, for people to say, okay, I'll get it. And in the meantime, I suspect that putting into practice this little teaching that I've heard from a couple of different people over the course of the pandemic. People are doing the best they can with what they have. If we can approach people with that mindset, that orientation of the heart, perhaps our relationships will be better, largely because we are better in engaging with others. When we recognize people don't all start off in the same place of life, people aren't receiving the same sorts of information, clearly we know that these days, and that everyone, they're doing the best they can with what they have. Perhaps our doing the best we can with what we have, putting that into practice in our relationships and our connections, our conversations. Perhaps we can build this world where as many people as possible can find the pathway to health, whether it's in this country or about halfway around the world in India in these days, in these times. May we find God in these times of COVID. Today's May the 4th. Blessings on your day.